Alright. So, if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that I have been recently very into trying to figure out different ways that I can transform my lifestyle from kind of wasteful, kind of, not the best, and transition myself into someone who cares so much about the environment that I will switch things into being low waste or zero waste and just figure out different ways. They may not be the most convenient ways, but I wanted to be able to teach you guys while I'm learning myself about this subject. I don't think everyone quite takes the time to realize how much of an impact one single person can have on a movement like this. It takes one person to put themselves in an uncomfortable position to learn about our impact on the environment. How are humans contributing towards global warming? How are we contributing towards polluted beaches? And just taking the time and consciously being aware of everything that we do that contributes towards this waste, towards these massive dumps, towards harming sea life, ruining our oceans. And we have to take responsibility of it. And the way that I believe that you can do that is through the power of your money. Where you put your money is where the industry is going to flow. So if we start buying things that are better for the environment, so for example, if we start buying glass over plastic, the industry is going to sway towards creating more glass things because it's in demand. Not only do we have the power by our dollar, but we also have power by our decisions and everything that we're doing on a daily basis. So basically, I took on a challenge to try to go zero waste for 24 hours. While I was not fully successful because, there's a lot of things we don't even think about. For example, toilet paper is technically waste, but I wanted to tell you guys that I actually found toilet paper made from bamboo, and that's great because as opposed to trees, the harvesting of bamboo is a lot less harmful on our environment. So there's little things you can do and little swaps you could make even though you're not entirely going without toilet paper. Another thing I wanted to point out, and you'll see later in the video, that it's the holiday season and everyone wants to wrap gifts, give gifts. I was actually able to wrap some of my presents in an old sweater. And I know that sounds weird, but you'll see later on what I mean by that. And I used Gymshark is a athletic wear company, and I ordered some new athletic wear, and it comes in this plastic container, and instead of just throwing away the plastic bag, I cut some strips out of the plastic and I used it as ties for the Christmas presents. So, one thing that I did learn from this whole experience though is I create more waste than I actually realize that I do. I'm a very conscious person. I have reusable utensils with me, like I carry them with me. I've been trying to take mason jars to smoothie places and ask them if they can put it in the mason jar instead of plastic. If I go to a restaurant and I see that they have like reusable cups instead of plastic throwaway cups, I'll ask them about that. One thing that I have trouble with is sometimes snack bars aren't even in recyclable plastic. So you'll see that in this video, at the end of the day, I ended up with like a plastic wrapper that my protein bar was in. And I really wish some of these companies would start pushing their products to be at the very least, recyclable. Another waste that I ended up with at the end of the day was I had bought some fruit and I had the little sticker from the fruit. But I've been watching a lot of YouTubers that are really good at all of this. And they're so inspiring and they do such a good job. Let me list to you some of my favorites. Sarah Norse She's pretty good. She lives a very minimalist lifestyle, so minimalism and, you know, lower waist kind of go hand in hand because you're not spending your money on excess items. Like, she doesn't own 30 pairs of shoes. If anything, she probably has like 3. Another person that I've been recently watching, I really like her. She has a really cute personality too. Her name is Sarah Therese. She's been really cool to watch. There's also Ingrid Nilsson has a couple videos on this subject. Then there's Matt Davella. He's all into minimalism. Exploring Alternatives is another good YouTube channel. So anyway, I've been watching them and I think it's amazing, and so I am just slowly trying to take steps on this journey to becoming lower waist. I can't say I'm a zero waist person, like that's not me right now at all. So the best thing you can do is try to be lower waist. Bring utensils, bring reusable bags when you go to the grocery store. Another thing I did with my old sweater is I cut it into squares and I'm using it as like cotton pads to remove my makeup at night, and that works really well. And you can also use old sweaters to like as cleaning rags instead of going out and getting new ones. So obviously, I don't know, you know, we were taught this in school, but I don't know if everyone was, but reuse, reduce, recycle. So recycle when you can. Something that a lot of people don't realize about recycling is that you need to take the labels off. So if you have a glass jar, the label has to be removed and the stuff inside of it has to be cleaned. So if you have like a really dirty container, you have to wash it before it can be recycled. Which makes sense because if you think about it, when it goes to the recycling plant, what are you gonna do? Like have a bunch of food waste mixed in, and they don't have the time or the resources to wash every individual item. So just be a little bit more aware of that. Reuse is such a good thing. Like, be creative. Start coming up with new ideas for how to reuse the things that you think you want to throw out. Also, borrowing items from other people is such a great idea. That's such a good tip. You know, we're mankind. We should treat each other as neighbors. You should open up your items to other people, and hopefully in return they open up their items to you. And that's how you can reduce. So let's jump into my vlog. I didn't have a hard time, but at the end of the day I did have a few items, and watch to the end to see how I gift wrapped with an old sweater. Alright, today I am attempting zero waste. Okay guys, so I made it to where the co-working space is, and I'm just working on my computer. The hardest thing I'm finding is because I just got over this sinus infection, I keep sneezing and I keep having to blow my nose. So I'm working on this little tissue that I already had. So far I'm not like going to get any new napkins or anything. But if you see there, that's the tea that I brought with me, and then I want to show you the rest of the stuff that I brought from home. I brought with me some grapes to snack on, and then I also brought with me some vegetables. In there I have cabbage, I have some mashed potatoes, and I have like, right there you can see noodles. It's butternut squash mac and cheese. So as you can see, my containers are plastic, but this is because they're things that I've bought previously, and I'm just now transitioning into a zero waste lifestyle. So, you know, the longer I go on it, the better I'll be. If I buy any more containers, they'll probably be aluminum, and I would like for you guys to try to keep me accountable for that because I think it's important. I don't want to keep putting plastic into this earth, and so I need to start taking the steps to reduce that. So nothing has been too hard as of yet. The only inconvenience that I've had is I went to the bathroom and they only had like paper towels to dry your hands off with, so I came back to the table and used one of my own napkins. So that was the only thing that's happened so far. I think I've slowly transitioned into a lifestyle where I'm used to doing stuff like this, so it shouldn't be that hard. So I I stopped by Whole Foods just to see what I can find that's zero waste. Obviously it's fruit and vegetables. So I found this opal apple and it didn't even have a sticker on it, which was cool. And then I got a kiwi, but that had a sticker. But it has a little sticker. So I'm basically compiling all the trash I'm using today just to show you guys at the end of the day. I'm gonna end up putting this in some yogurt. In case you haven't noticed, I've literally changed probably 5 times today. Just got home, I biked to the city and back from the city, so I was really sweaty and I got washed up and changed. So, ate my apple. I thought this challenge was gonna be a lot harder than it really is. Like, I think the idea is more daunting than it has to be. I have not struggled all day. I don't know whether that's because like I kind of implement this type of lifestyle anyway, or whether it's really not that hard if you just try and you know the tools to do what you need to do. Like, I have my water in my hand at the moment. I know I have a bunch of packaged food in my cabinets and stuff, so at the end of the day I might have a little pile of trash, but the thing is, today I haven't contributed towards waste. I haven't bought anything that would be wasteful. So, I didn't even get a receipt at the store today. The only thing I'm gonna have is like, maybe some like sweets wrappers. So far so good. Okay, so you just saw me make my yogurt bowl, and I have these 2 little kiwi pieces left. And what I'm gonna do is, I have this bag in the freezer, and I'm going to freeze these, and then I dump this bag out at my parents' house because I can compost there. It has been a long day. I just went to go hang out with, there's like these kids that I kind of like babysit and tutor. They're basically family to me. So I was over hanging out with them for hours, and like now it's kind of late and I'm just gonna make some dinner. I'm really just gonna whip together stuff that I have in my fridge. Like, I'm gonna make some, I'll show you. I have frozen veggies, so I'm gonna make those. And then I have mashed potatoes, cabbage, and some it's like butternut squash mac and cheese. I'll show you. Oh wait, I put the wrong lid on it. Oops. So never mind. That's what it looks like though. It's really, really good. So I'm gonna put that together. I just wanted to wrap up and show you guys all the waste that I've used today. So this is everything from today. I ate a yogurt that came in this, but luckily all of the elements of it are recyclable. So the aluminum, the plastic, and then the container, I can take the cardboard completely off of it. And then I have the sticker from my kiwi, that's actually trash, and then my wrapper for my protein bar, and that's trash. So basically the whole takeaway of this is like, no, we're not gonna be perfect all the time, and we're gonna try. And there's things like toilet paper that's really hard to get rid of, or tissues, and what do you do zero waste with that? One thing that I did find is toilet paper made out of bamboo, which is cool. Bamboo is a little bit more sustainable than trees. But the takeaway of this is start taking steps in your everyday life to make it easier and easier to become as zero waste as possible. Don't go out to the stores and buy tons of things and packages. And the crazy thing about processed food is you'll buy it in a package, and then there's packages in the package, like Pop-Tarts, for example. So I live a pretty like I tried to live sustainable, and so today wasn't very hard. I didn't have a huge challenge, so that's good. I'm gonna keep making videos on this because I want to teach you guys just like the little things that I do, and I wanted to show you I actually did zero waste gift wrapping. So that's not mine. These are mine. This, someone literally gave me that bag and that paper. Then I took a sweater and it had a stain on it, and so I didn't think anybody would want it. So instead I made this, and so I wrapped it in the sweater, and then I got a Gymshark bag and I cut the bag to use as bows. So, gift wrapping ideas. Thank you guys for watching. You just have to do what you can when you can. If you follow me on Instagram, which is @MichelleMills_, you can watch my daily journey of like, I love to scour Instagram and just find all the neat things that replace plastic products, because the less plastic that we put into the earth, the better, because it doesn't decompose for so many years. Like a diaper takes 400 years. So on my Instagram story, I post a lot of things that I find that are good replacers, like feminine products or toothbrushes, water bottles, all sorts of things. Follow me there and watch my journey. Love you guys.